Welcome back to BeerFormers.
Hello.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year's coming up here. All the holidays are here. It's an exciting time. This is our 25th episode.
Yes, and as you can tell, as we're filming this, we're getting ready to turn the calendar over. So
I've got my Christmas Star Wars sweater on. You got your Christmas Star Wars shirt on. We're all in a festive mood here.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, very exciting. We have 254 subscribers now. So
that's awesome.
254.
Thank you.
255 will be right around the corner, and maybe we can break 250 by actual New Year's.
That'd be super cool.
Our filming schedule is going to be such that this is going to be the last one we put out for 2024. And then the first one for 2025 will be, a couple weeks after that, because we do this every other week, as you know, and then we do the sips sporadically as I get new stuff, and I got some more sips coming as well.
Of course he does. I mean, it's holidays coming up, but why should you stop getting toys?
So our Transformer tonight is a vast departure from anything we've done so far, and it's a special request from one of our subscribers. We have our first toy request. We've all done pretty much everything in what's called Generation 1 of the Transformers so far. So the first few years of the Transformers before they stopped for a little while, and then actually came out with Transformers Generation 2. Which retroactively made everything before that Generation 1. It wasn't called that one back in the day. Yeah. And then Generation 2 ran its course, and then Beast Wars came out after that. Yes. So this is a Beast Wars toys we're talking about now. So Beast Wars were a reimagining of Transformers done in the mid-90s, about 95. Hasbro had just acquired Kenner, the people who owned the rights to do all the Star Wars stuff back in the day. And Generation 2 didn't do as well as they'd hoped, so they were kind of like...
Yeah, I remember thinking Transformers were kind of done.
Yeah, and effectively in America, they kind of sort of were, really. I mean, there was a backward slide.
Like you'd see them like at KB for like $2 on the discount shelf.
And so they said, well, let's try one more time to refresh this. They gave it over to the people at Kenner who they just required, thinking, well, they did so well with Star Wars, maybe they can refresh this. And the concept they came up with was Transformers who turn into animals. And which had already been done before in Generation 1 and 2, but this time around, the gimmick was that when they transformed into animals, they were realistic looking. I'm going to use heavy air quotes there, okay?
Not metallic.
Right.
Like
they weren't a robot that happened to be the shape of an animal. When they transformed into a mouse or a T-Rex like that, for all outward purposes, they were a T-Rex or a mouse or whatever, okay? Yeah. Inside was the robot, all right? And so they quickly came out with that, and they came out with a cartoon within a couple of years of first and putting them on shelves, and it was a huge hit. It revitalized the brand.
I remember you loved it.
Yeah, cartoon was amazing.
It's when we were first married, and you would make sure to catch it on TV.
And one of the main characters on the show, who lasted throughout the entire run of Beast Wars, and then they had a spin-off show that came after it called Beast Machines, which wasn't as widely regarded.
It was a little
I think
weird.
It's gotten more critical praise in years since, but by and large, the fandom was kind of cool on that one. But this character made it through all that, through Beast Wars and Beast Machines. His name is Rattrap.
Yeah, good old Rattrap.
All right, so Rattrap was the wisecracker, the guy who bucked the system. He was officially like a spy. And I'm not going to get out his original toy because we're building something here. But this is one of the more recent reimaginings of Rattrap. This one belongs actually to my daughter.
Aww.
She had this one here. So this is like the most recent version of Rattrap that came out of the store. Pretty small. Just like the original toy was pretty small.
Okay.
Original toy was the first line of Beast Wars Transformers that came out in like 95. And the little ones, you basically pull up the tail and they would automatically transform. Okay. I don't want to show that one because we'll probably do that in an episode one day. But this is, and I'll put this on the screen, this is basically what Rattrap looked like in its original incarnation and on the cartoon. All right? So he turned into a rat, obviously based on his name.
Yeah.
And then at some point during the show...
With claws coming out the back of his feet.
At some point in the show, things happen, without getting into major spoilers about stuff, but things happen where certain of the characters got hit with an energy wave and they mutated. And they became what was known as Transmetals. And the original Transmetal concept was like, they got flipped inside out for intents and purposes.
Sounds horrible.
So, like, the robot form was very organic looking.
Painful.
And the outside form, when they transformed into an animal, was robotic looking.
Yeah.
In the cartoon, they really didn't play that up very much. So they basically they lost that natural animal look when they transformed. But that was the original concept.
And they were all cool with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And only some got hit by an energy wave, so only some transformed into this and something like that. But they had all sorts of toys. So the first one we're going to talk about now, that leads up to our main topic. This
is one that got ripped inside out.
Right. Yeah, that was the concept at least. Yeah. Okay, so they're supposed to be organic robots. The robot was like covered in skin. And when they transformed into an animal, then the animal was robotic. So they basically flipped it on its head. But again, in the cartoon, that was really not played up on at all. They just lost their organic-looking beast mode, is what they call it. Beast mode, which is something we say nowadays.
Beast mode. It is something we say.
Because of Beast Wars in many ways. Right. So when Rattrap got his upgrade, he was put out like this.
Ooh, pretty.
This is called Transmetal Rattrap.
I like red.
And what made the Transmetals kind of their gimmick was, and this doesn't show up very well on the camera, but his metallic red parts here were done in vacuum metallized plastic.
Okay,
Which
what does that mean?
It's a process where they basically put like a thin layer of metal that with color on it,
okay,
using a vacuum. Obviously, that's the name. So basically, back when I was a kid, we call it chromed.
Oh,
so a lot of weapons were chromed, right? But vacuum metallizing is the proper term. So we came out like this, and we won't transform this one because, well, can you see what's going on with the vacuum metallizing in parts of this one?
Oh, it's chipping.
Yeah. It didn't really stick too well to the toys, so they're kind of delicate and stuff in that regard. But he still turns into a rat, but he has got wheels. So another thing that the Transmetals had was they had like a third-ish form. They called the transport mode. They had some sort of like additional parts that they could pop out that allow them to get around faster. So Rattrap turned into like a wheeled vehicle too. He still was basically a rat with wheels, but that was what the toy looked like.
Am I transforming this?
You're not going to transform this one because we're building up to something here, right?
Okay.
So we had Rattrap for the first season or so. Then he got his upgrade, the Transmetal Rattrap, right? And that was the form he had all throughout the rest of the show.
All right.
Then when he got to Beast Machines, he had another form because all the goings on the one with Beast Machines. So Beast Wars was doing so well around the time the Transmetals came out that they started finding ways to market differently and stuff, right? So one of the things that happened was I was working at the Science Center in St. Louis at the time, and I had made several friends working there. And one of my friends was a guy named Jeff. I won't use last names, but his name Jeff. And Jeff was a really cool guy, but he was kind of a wheeler dealer. And we found out through the grapevine, through the early days of like internet news boards and stuff like that WalMart was going to get a special release of Rattrap Transmetal.
Just a second, dude. Do you think everybody knows what a news board is?
No.
Who's watching?
It was an old form of being. It wasn't quite email, but it wasn't whatever. But it was just a way of just like it was like text nowadays, but done.
Yeah, but you would like go and you'd just post something, and you'd have to go back and read it. It wasn't super active. It wasn't like
on your phone because you didn't have a phone.
You didn't get like a notification that there was a message there. You had to log on through your AOL.
Yeah, or whatever. CompuServe, you name it. Yeah.
And actually log in and to read these messages that have been left.
All right,
anyway.
So this toy came out. And I'm going to go, and here it is in the box. I still have one in the box. My friend Jeff went and got like a case of these things, and we immediately flipped them on eBay. You know, because it was such a novel thing. Oh, Walmart. It even says Walmart on the front. You know, that was kind of new about it.
Okay.
And if you hold up to the camera, he's blue.
Yeah, that's different than this. This one's
red. So we have a different color scheme, all right? So this is one in the box. We'll just put this on the side too.
Can I just say something real quick though? You don't keep anything in the box. Why did you keep this one in the box?
Because of its novelty, I guess, for being like the first toy. Yeah. We call it store exclusive nowadays, and they're pretty common. Yeah. Anytime there's a new launch or live, there are several stores that'll get the only toys you can only get at that store. But this is kind of like one of the first ones of that, right? But what was cool about this was being blue. This was a nice coincidence. And here's the actual toy, which we'll let Noel try this one. This one's still got good chrome on it.
Okay.
So we'll let you try this one.
How's the chrome on this one?
Chrome is great on this one. We'll find out as you start transforming. If it starts flaking off, I might put a halt to it real fast.
Okay.
But being blue was quite...
Can I start?
Yeah, being blue was allowed me to start making my first forays into Headcanon.
Oh, boy.
You can take the whip thing out of his hand altogether. Just so
the whip thing? Oh, okay.
That's his weapon. It's his tail, obviously, when he transforms. But.
Oh, okay.
So...
Thank you. That's helpful.
While Noel's fiddling with this, early in about 95, I guess, 94, 95, I guess it was 94 was the first one.
Dave, look what I did.
Well, all these guys had ball joints on their to help put them together, which gives them a great range of motion.
And fix it.
But the ball joint also allowed them to be able to be snapped back together.
That only took 30 seconds for me to break it.
If you went too hard. So in like the Generation 1 toys, or if something broke off, it probably was a bad thing.
So this is Noel-proof.
But the ball joints made that possible to go back to normal. So 94, they started the first official Transformers convention called BotCon.
Yes.
Okay? And one of the things about BotCon that was cool, and I went to several of them over the years, if they were close enough to drive, it wasn't a big deal to fly, yada, yada, was that they always had special toys.
Yes, they did.
And so in, I think, this came out in 1999, this blue one from Walmart, all right? 98 was the original red Rattrap. I'll help you in a second. I'm going to finish telling the story.
Please tell your story.
So they always had special toys. And the toys were always, they took existing toys and they molded them in different colored plastic or put a different paint job on them, gave them a new name, and it was a new character now.
Yeah.
Something that's been going on since the beginning, right? So the first three original Jets were really the same toy. They just gave them different colors and called one Thundercracker, one Starscream, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So in 94, 96, I guess it was. 96 or 97. You guys can correct me, and I'll put it on the screen for sure once I do the actual research. They put out a blue version of what would have been like this toy, although this is not the original Rattrap. They cut out a blue and white version of Rattrap called Packrat.
Oh, I love it.
And Packrat was a thief. And
Makes sense.
Yeah. So Packrat became an established character. So Packrat wasn't only appeared in comic books and convention stuff. He wasn't actually in a cartoon or anything like that. So when this one came out in blue, I'm like, well, of course, it's supposed to be Transmetal Packrat, right?
Yes.
So this is my first foray into Headcanon. This is now officially in my collection, Transmetal Packrat, as opposed to your Transmetal Rattrap, which is in the red version of it.
I like it.
So just the fact he was blue made him. But these Transmetals also have their name on the back. So one thing that kind of ruins the Headcanon for me is that he still says Rattrap on his back, if you know.
Oh.
But whatever.
Oh, it does.
So the person who requested this also knew me back then. That's why he requested this. He wanted us to talk about this. So Jeff got us a case of those. We sold several of them online immediately on eBay, back when eBay was still
What'd you do with that money, Dave?
I used it to buy other Transformers.
Oh my gosh.
But I cut Jeff in because he bought them for me, so Jeff got a cut. I think he kept one. I don't know if he ever sold it.
Were we married
but
at
I
the
kept
time?
one. Yeah, we would have been because this was 99. So
And you didn't even take me out to dinner?
Why would I do that when I can take you out to dinner anyway because you're my schmoopy? I think I pulled it off.
Look at this.
All right. So are you stuck?
Yes.
Are you stuck?
It's
Okay.
ridiculous.
Right.
I know his head's supposed to go together.
The Beast Wars guys get very complicated,
Yeah.
obviously. And you know what? It's been forever since I transitioned myself. So this one might be a chance to kind of look dumb too. We'll see.
No, I believe in you.
So there's little holes here on the feet.
Yeah.
You're supposed to plug into those pegs there ultimately.
Okay.
If I remember
did
correctly.
figure out how to get these feet out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about that. And I know the head's got to come together some way.
Yeah. Let's see. Wow. Yeah. Let's see. I see. This has got to fold back like that.
Oh, okay.
It's got to fold back like this.
All right.
That allows those to get out of the way, kind of, sort of, right?
Yeah.
I think that folds up there.
Do you have all the versions of Rattrap that exist?
I believe there's a couple like the more recent one, like reimaginings that they've been doing lately that I just haven't done because I've got. I'll show you this one real quick now. This was the one that came out about 2014. I thought this was a far superior figure.
Oh, it looks like an actual rat.
So this is the one that I keep in my collection, whereas this one here my daughter bought. This one came out just within the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And so it's size accurate better, this one, but I thought this one just looked cooler.
Oh, that's super cool.
So my daughter has this one, and this is the one that's in my collection now.
Okay.
It's like the 10th anniversary Beast Wars type thing or something like that. Wow, I'm going to be stumped on this one too, Noelle. We'll see.
No,
I know part of it is that his arm has to come out to be part of something that holds the tail. The tail kind of goes back there a little bit. But we're going to get this basically close enough so that we can move on, because otherwise we'll be trying to transform this thing for until the cows come home, and we'll never be able to finish this video or ever put it out.
Our beer's going to get warm.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the head's come together now.
So the head kind of comes together.
Farther than I did.
He's got these little feet here. I will put a screen of it really transform on this. So we'll have to call this one a fail, I think, ultimately.
No, you're getting there.
I'm getting close. Yeah, that folds up there. This hand comes out somewhere like so.
Just gotta figure out how to get those legs back in.
The legs come back out. We're going to get this basically close enough here.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Oh, look at that.
Yep, here we go.
Yep, you got it.
Basically close enough, and then this goes in the hand to be able to be something that can still be the tail. And basically,
boom.
Voila.
Look at that. Okay. He did it.
Voila. It's not quite 100% accurate, but it's close enough. So, WalMart Transmetal Rattrap. Even says, on the back you can see like the old tech specs, which they told about the character. It still says Rattrap.
Yeah.
But in Dave Scheiber's collection, this is Transmetal Packrat. And this was like one of the first store exclusive toys that was sold. A couple years later, Beast Wars was originally shown locally in St. Louis on KPLR Channel 11. Mm-hmm. They eventually migrated to Fox Kids. Okay. So to celebrate that, they put out a bunch of these kind of toys again, and yet other types of coloring. So this one is an orange and kind of like slate gray Rattrap. Okay, it still says Rattrap on the back.
Yeah, why different coloring?
Just to sell more toys.
Oh, okay.
If it was this again, people wouldn't buy it or not. This one's flaking off a lot too. But this one in my Headcanon got the name Lab Rat.
Oh, why is he a scientist?
He's a scientist in my mind, yeah. So and I think the name Lab Rat has actually become a real name of a real character. I can't claim that I made it up, because I don't actually have copyright rights to it and stuff like that. But that was the name I gave to this thing back in like 2000.
Is anyone got anyone's named Filthy Rat?
No, or Dirty Rat.
Dirty Rat.
Yeah, no, I don't. So that's Transmetal Rattrap, the Walmart edition. The first
that tail is huge. Yeah. Is that like to scale with an actual rat?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. But yeah, so I have this one. I still have one in the box. So if I ever decide to sell it someday, maybe it'll be worth something.
Have you looked lately to see how much?
This one's been sitting around long that the plastics turn yellow. You know, so that's going to damage its value and stuff like that too. Yeah. But it's one of those things. And my friend Jeff, sadly, has passed away. So I might never sell that one. This is kind of a way to remember him too.
I know. I hear you.
We'll see. The time will tell. That kind of thing. But thanks Jeff for the memories over the years and for helping me get this toy and not only just getting one for my collection, be able to make a little bit of money on the side as well. So that's our first foray into Beast Wars. A kind of interesting character.
What's your favorite Beast War character?
My favorite Beast Wars character. Wow, that's probably a tough one. There's a character named Inferno who's an ant who thinks he's an ant. Like literally thinks he's an ant, so he refers to everyone as part of his colony. He refers to Megatron as his queen. But he's like really tough too, so he's a little bit of comic relief like that. He's a pretty cool character. I maybe say him.
Oh, that's cool.
But Beast Wars Megatron is also really cool too, and Optimus Primal.
He was an ape.
Yeah, he was an ape. They had all sorts of characters that are riffs on existing characters.
I can't remember.
And initially, they were supposed to be the same one. Megatron was a T-Rex initially.
Okay.
Then eventually becomes a dragon at some point.
Yeah.
So initially, as conceived, the Beast Wars is supposed to be a continuation of original Transformers.
Okay.
So originally there was Optimus Primal, but it was really supposed to be Optimus Prime. Megatron was still supposed to be Megatron. But by the time they made the cartoon for it, the people behind the cartoon, I guess, either scrapped that or didn't get the message. And so they were totally different characters who just had to have similar or exactly the same name, depending on which one you're talking about. Because Megatron is obviously the same name. But Optimus Primal is slightly different.
Which was there was another dinosaur, right?
Dinobot,
yeah.
Oh, don't start talking about Dinobot. We'll get all sad about that one. I've said too much already. But Dinobot is quite the character, yeah.
And there's like romance.
And we'll do, there's romance with Silverbolt and Black Arachne.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's all. It was a great time for Transformers, and we probably wouldn't be having this much talk of Transformers today if it wasn't for Beast Wars, because it really kept it going.
Yeah.
So after Beast Wars ran its course, they started bringing back the vehicle things again, and that which paved the way for the live action movie. And here we are now. So.
You know what? You just made me think of something though. I'm going to make a request for a future show. Maybe do some of your favorite convention exclusives, because we can tell some great convention stories.
We probably could, yeah.
That might be a fun one.
I have to.
You made me think of that.
Another thing we could talk about too is because sometimes these convention toys, if I didn't actually get to go, they're really pricey because they're a very limited number.
Yeah.
Like some years they only made like 500 of them, which sounds like a lot, but when you got several thousand people across the United States and other countries coming to these conventions, 500 toys is really not that many. So there are several of those convention toys where I basically made it myself as a kit bash. I bought like the original toy and painted it blue. So my Packrat is basically a rat trap that I painted to match the colors of the convention toy. So here we are. So let's talk about what our beer is going to be now, because our dog is over here being weird. So let's go ahead and do we have to start over because of this? Because I don't think we did. The dog is over there. I think he's yakking a little bit, which is kind of appropriate because it's Christmas.
He's just yakking on
a bone. So let's talk about beer real quick while our dog's back here hurling. Because otherwise we have to do this over.
No, he's all day long. He's laid on the couch until now.
Yep.
He's saving it all for you folks.
Yep.
All right. Well, so the beer. Would you like me to grab it, Dave?
Yes, I'll get the beer. You guys talk about it.
So. We just decided we're going to feature a beer from a brewery we've already talked about, but it's the classic St. Louis brewery, Schlafly. And tonight we're going to feature their most recent Christmas ale. Very excited to pour that. So Schlafly has 3 brew pubs, places where you can go have some food, drink their beer, get the beer on tap. And every time you go there, they have new and different things. So the last time we went there, they had this. This was one of their new beers. They also had an Australian IPA cask beer, which was fun. So depending on what time you see this, it may or not be available still. But I bring that up to let you know that there's always something new and different at the tap room. So you can get Schlafly at lots of different grocery stores, but if you really want to get something fun and different, go to one of the tap rooms. So we're going to celebrate the holiday season, we're going to enjoy their most recent Christmas ale.
Christmas ale.
Yeah, so let's smell it. It smells very spicy. It says it is a warming winter ale that blends the spices of the season with sweet caramel malts. Yep, that's what it is. It's a winter ale, sweet caramel malt.
With a new style every few months.
Oh man, that's great. I can taste nutmeg.
The label's pretty cool. It's got a Christmas tree on it with the candles and stuff. It's very pretty, so it's definitely a keeper.
Oh, that is so good. And just think about drinking that with some pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
With turkey sandwich. This is perfect for the season. So
we got this at their tap room.
Yeah, the one that is in downtown St. Louis.
Near where the St. Louis City soccer.
It's right by the St. Louis City soccer stadium, which is now Energizer Stadium. But there's also the Bottle Works, and then there's another place. I can't
remember what the third one's called off the top of my head.
Yeah, but there's three. Oh, I forgot it. There's four of them. There's one over in Illinois too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's one in Highland, right?
Yeah,
Highland.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of that one. Just
Schlafly
Highland, I guess.
I know, and that one is built inside an old bank, so it's a really neat space. But, so yeah, if you're looking for just a fun time and pretty dang good food, check out a Schlafly, and if you go there right now, you can get the Christmas ale. So, Dave, this has been a fun 2024.
Yeah.
Doing BeerFormers with you.
Yeah.
And it's been great being on this journey with you guys too. I hope you continue to go with us in 2025, and we look forward to celebrating lots of new subscribers and talking about lots of Transformers and lots of new beers as the year goes on.
So, like our friend Brian, who requested us to talk about this Transmetal Rattrap from Walmart / Transmetal Packrat. If there's a toy you'd like to see us talk about, let us know in the comments. We'll be sure to get on it as fast as we can. If you would like to know more information about Beast Wars, Rat Trap, and Packrat, Chris McFeely has videos on those from the Basics On. So look up the Basics On YouTube and you can learn more about that. Also, this information is also available on tfwiki.net, where I get most of my images and most of my information for. As well as having lived it live when it first came out.
That's right.
So you look at those two great places for more information. But yeah, as Noelle said, thanks for sticking with us this year. We look forward to doing more stuff next year.
This is so good.
Here's the celebration of Headcanon.
Yeah, here's the Headcanon.
Here's the Headcanon again. But thank you for watching us here on BeerFormers.
More than meets their eyes.
Cheers.
Cheers.